Okay, so we're going to talk about value, which is the lightness or darkness of a color. And the easiest way to show value is usually using a grayscale. So that means that you're showing images in black and white only. So what you're going to do for this project is you're going to use an image that you have, and you're going to change it into a black and white image, which kind of enhances the grayscale a little bit more. So it's just going to be really a compare and contrast between the color version and then the black and white grayscale version. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have your photograph. So I took this image earlier, and you want to choose something that is similar. So I did this one of different types of shoes on kind of a relatively, um, not too distracting background. So I just did it on my wood floor. And you could use different colored leaves outside. You could do, different, if you had, different kinds of mugs, like coffee mugs, you can line those up on your counter and take a picture. Um, Maybe some different like fruits, you could lay them out on the counter, but you want to try to find objects which are similar in shape and size, but the colors vary. So I have this image, so I'm going to alter it on Google Drawings. So I'm going to Google Drawings, so I'll go to new and go down to more, and then open up my Google Drawings, and I'm just going to label this value images. Okay, and I want to insert my color image. So I'm going to go to insert image, and I'm going to upload it from my drive. And because it is the latest thing that I put in there today, it'll show up right away in my options. Now I want to fit in a black and white version as well. So I'm going to kind of change this out a little bit. I don't want to stretch it like crazy, but I want it to be big enough that you can see the comparison. And okay, I think I'm going to do it side by side, and I'm going to just stretch out my background. And I would like to put a color in my background. Um, because we're doing a grayscale, I'm going to choose a light gray background. All right, so I have my color image, and now I'm going to actually insert that image again. All right, but now I want to do something to this image. I want to make it black and white. So you go to um, format options. So you make sure that you have this like blue line box around your image. And then I'm going to go to format options, and I'm going to go to recolor, and you can see there's lots of different options down here. So it shows you what the thumbnail is going to look like, how this would look like if you recolored it. And you might do this later on for different types of projects. There's, reds and turquoise and purple. So we want to do the black and white image. This one is polarization, so it's kind of like black and white, but it flips it so that the dark areas are the lightest, and then vice versa. But I want to just go with the standard grayscale. And I'm going to size this down so it's the same size approximately. And I don't want to change anything else. I don't really want to change the transparency or the brightness. We're not going to worry about that. So you're just doing the recolor. Get rid of that. And now I'm going to get my background. So it has like a nice, so you're just kind of doing this side by side comparison of value. You can see the color differentiation, and then kind of like the taking that color out and still seeing like the lights and darks present in your work. So we will be talking about value in other projects that we do this marking period. So this definitely is something that's going to come into play again for you. um, I think this is just a really kind of neat way to see it next to each other, and just makes it really clear kind of like what, kind of what value is going to look like when you do like a comparison between the color version and then the black and white version. When you're adding this to your slide, all right, so now this is in my drive. I'm going to download the JPEG. So it's going to show up in my download images. And I'm going to go back to my drive, and I'm going to now add my slide, add it to my slideshow. So I have shape, and then I'm going to do a new slide, value, and let's go to value in art. Value in art is essentially how light or dark something is on a scale of white to black. It is widely considered most of the important variables in the success of painting, even more so than your selection of color. So we're going to use that, and that is true. The kind of the value of what you're doing, whether you're doing things that are super light or super dark, it really kind of shows how the feeling of your work should be, whether it feels sad, or whether it feels joyful, or whether it feels contemplative or elated. All those things, all those like emotions that you feel by looking at a artwork, value has a huge piece in how people react to artworks. So it's one of the most important elements that we talk about this year. Okay, and then I'm going to insert my image. Oh, I want the finished one. Put back. So I forgot that I needed to upload my image, which I just downloaded. So I downloaded it to my computer, and then I re-uploaded up to my Google Drive. So now it's in here, and I can add it to my slide. So file, insert image. Here it is. All right, and that is my finished slide. So you can see kind of the nice comparison and contrast between the color and then the black and white. So after this, we have 5 elements done. We just have 2 more to go. And I hope that this was a helpful video for you. All right. Thanks.